Hello, very dear students, my colleagues, and my friends all over the world. Very warm welcome to Dr. Ahmed YouTube channel. Today we are again on the novel The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, and chapter-wise series is going on. But in today's lecture, we shall be having two chapters, chapter 14 and chapter 15. As I said already, that characters are changing, situations are changing, and the opinion of the people about each other is also changing. So these chapters from 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are of this nature. We already analyzed what is the change that has come in Dimmesdale, what is the change that has come in Hester, what is the change that has come in the small girl Pearl, and now what is the change that possibly has come in the mind of Roger Chillingworth. These two characters will be showing a big change in these two chapters, chapter 14 and 15. Like, what is Hester thinking, what is Chillingworth changed, and what is the girl, the small girl, who is now growing up very fast, what is her mind right now? So let us enter into chapter 14 and see what is going on there. The title of this chapter is going to be Hester and the Physician. I mean, this is the chapter where Hester and Physician meet once again, but they don't meet in any building, they don't meet in any hall, they meet in the jungle, in the forest, where it is shown that physician Roger Chillingworth is busy in collecting herbs or small plants for his medicine, and Hester has decided to see him. Hester has decided to talk to him. Hester has decided to tell him that because of the agreement which once she made with the physician when she was in the jail, that she would not be revealing his identity to the people. That agreement is making her the partner in crime of a physician which he was committing by just giving pain and a lot of trouble to Dimmesdale, for example. And that is why she has decided that somehow she should come out of that agreement. So the small passage in green says, "Nay, then wear it, if it suits you better," rejoined he. "A woman must needs follow her own fancy, touching the adornment of her person. The latter is gaily embroidered and shows right bravely on your bosom." So that is the view of Roger Chillingworth, that he is trying to tell her that letter A has become accustomed to her body, her appearance, and it is not making any big difference even if she removes that. And it has become a type of show of the will of the woman, that she can wear if she likes and she can throw it away if she likes. And so in that way he's highlighting two important things: that Hester is a woman who has to wear the scarlet letter A. That means she's an ill-famed woman. At this moment the woman is not ready to accept that. There were the circumstances which made her so. But the writer has given us this paragraph in order to remind us once again what is the issue. The issue is the letter A, the scarlet letter A, about which the woman is there and about which Chillingworth is also there. So let us see more in this chapter. As here is a small paragraph, it's a type of speech by Hester. It was not so much that he had grown older, for though the traces of advancing life were visible, he bore his age well and seemed to retain a wiry vigor and alertness. But the former aspect of an intellectual and studious man, calm and quiet, which was what she best remembered in him, had altogether vanished, and been succeeded by eager, searching, almost fierce, yet carefully guarded look. It seemed to be his wish and purpose to mask his expression with a smile, but the latter played him false and flickered over his visage so derisively that the spectator could see his blackness all the better for it. Even and anon, too, there came a glare of red light out of his eyes, as if the old man's soul were on fire and kept on smouldering duskily within his breast, until, by some casual puff of passion, it was blown into a momentary flame. This he repressed as speedily as possible, and strove to look as if nothing of the kind had happened. So that is the paragraph, actually, that is the view of Hester about Roger Chillingworth. That when she looks at him after so many years, she finds him quite a changed person. That not only has become an old person, but also his face is reflecting certain devilish kind of appearance that she would like to say. She goes into the background and remembers good appearance, which showed him to be an intellectual, to be a very learned person, and he appeared to be a lively person because of his learning at that time in the past, but now he is not appearing so. However, he has managed, according to Hester, to keep those changes which reflect him to be a very miserable person under a smile. But according to her, even if he smiles, possibly he's unable to hide the kind of feeling which possibly arises when somebody looks at him. So in this way, a woman, let us say, generalize this statement. A woman is giving the statement about the appearance of a man who is possibly not in her liking at this moment. Whatever the causes are, we're not talking about that. But this is quite clear here that if a woman likes a man, she has a different view of talking about that man. And if a woman dislikes a man, she has a very different view. Now, therefore, Hester is looking at this man not in the sense that he used to be her husband in the past time and he used to be a lively, good person in the past time. She's looking at the change which has come in him, and according to her, that change is going to be definitely a very poor and a very bad kind of change that has come in him. So this view of Hester definitely is the right one, because she is the woman who is suffering because of that man, partly because of her own sin, because of Dimmesdale, but he is also one of the persons responsible for that. But then this is a person's view, a personal view also, what she thinks about a man who is so much involved into her life. And in comparison to Dimmesdale, what is the type of appearance got? Let us see more what she says about this gentleman. I should say gentleman because every man should be addressed formally like gentleman. For example, here, Hester says, "You burrow and rankle in his heart, you clutch on his life, and you cause him to die daily a living death, and still he knows you not. In permitting this, I have surely acted a false part by the only man to whom the power was left me to be true." So that is the passage, the small passage where we can see Hester is telling the reason why she hates him so much, because he had made her a partner in the crime, in the crime which he is going to commit by, by teasing and torturing Dimmesdale with his, looks and with his styles, with his words, so that he may be killed. So she says that he dies daily because of you, and that is why she is becoming the partner of that crime. And keeping this thing in her view, she would be ready to utter out certain sentences about him. But before that, let us see what Chillingworth says. "Women, I could well nigh pity thee," said Roger Chillingworth, unable to restrain a thrill of admiration too, for there was a quality almost majestic in the despair which she expressed. "Thou hadst great elements, peradventure, hadst thou met earlier with a better love than mine, this evil had not been. I pity thee for the good that has been wasted in thy nature." So Chillingworth in a way tries to be calm and cool and kind to Hester by saying that before meeting him, possibly she might have met somebody else, and this graceful beauty might have not suffered in that way she's suffering. So he is putting the blame on the luck and destiny of Hester, not taking any role for himself. So in that way, the chapter 14 ends, and let's see what happens in chapter 15, because a continuation with that, Roger Chilling will continue to appear for some time, and Pearl will enter here. In the presence of Pearl, what Hester would say about this Chillingworth. This is the view when Pearl is coming and Hester is looking at the man who has left her without giving the total answers. She says she thinks about him by saying, "His grey beard almost touched the ground as he crept onward." Hester gazed after him a little while, looking with a half-fantastic curiosity to see whether the tender grass of early spring would not be blighted beneath him and show the wavering track of his footsteps sere and brown across its cheerful verdure. She wondered what sort of herbs they were which the old man was so serious to gather. So these are the kind of views, and so that's why she said, "Be it sin or no," said Hester Prynne bitterly, and still she gazed after him. "I hate the man." And again, "Yes, I hate him," repeated Hester more bitterly than before. "He betrayed me. He has done me worse wrong than I did him." So these are the few lines which go to indicate the hatred and dislike of Hester for this man. Reason, whatever reason, maybe she thinks him responsible for this kind of activity which has happened to her, and for this kind of disgrace, for this kind of continuous tortures which she is suffering from, she thinks is responsible. But more so, not only her own torture and suffering, but also the torture and suffering of Dimmesdale also. And because of these sufferings, she is thinking very ill and very bad of this man. And she says that when he bends down in order to collect the herbs, she says, "Why these don't burn up? Why these don't catch fire because of this man?" So such is the style of hate of a woman when she begins hating a man she used to love or she used to be with. That when she begins to hate, she utters out such bitter, hellish comments for such a man. So one can see the bitterness in the mind of Hester for this man, and one can understand very well how bitterly she is talking about this Roger Chillingworth. Let's see, to complete the chapter 15 also, what is more said, and definitely it will be now about the Pearl who would want to know who this man is, why is he important, and what is the kind of letter on the chest of her mother Hester. But more so, she is now trying to relate this scarlet letter A on the chest of her mother with the hand of Dimmesdale, which is always present on his heart, and she puts more and more question. Why is it so? Why the similarity is there, that if the scarlet letter is on the chest of this woman Hester, her mother, why the Dimmesdale has so? So in that way, if she is a connecting link between these two bodies of Hester and Dimmesdale, she is trying to find out some kind of connection between these two chests as well, that both are having some burden on the body, that burden of scarlet letter A, the burden of the hand on the heart of Dimmesdale. This is what is she's trying to connect, and that is why the dialogue goes between the mother and the daughter, revealing the same things. For example, the mother says, "Dost thou know, child, wherefore thy mother wears this letter?" "Truly do I," answered Pearl, looking brightly into her mother's face. "It's for the same reason that the minister keeps his hand over his heart." So the knowledge of the girl is the similarity, that she says that the minister is keeping a hand on his heart, and the scarlet letter is also on the heart of this woman. So that is the link for her, and definitely it's right, it's not wrong, because the minister is also sad because of the action taken by him with Hester. Hester is also sad because of all that, and the suffering and the trouble is also coming because of the chest. And what reason is that? Asked Hester, half smiling at the absurd incongruity of the child's observation, but on the second thought, turning pale. What has the letter do with my heart save mine? So in that way, it's a very difficult thing for a child to understand, but it's a very symbolic thing which has been revealed by the writer, that the connecting link is the heart. And again, the question is, what does the letter mean, mother? And why dost thou wear it? And why does the minister keep his hand over his heart? So again, the girl is asking the same question and trying to trace out the link which is present between these two phenomena, scarlet letter A on the heart of the woman and the hand of Dimmesdale, the priest, all the time on his chest. Why is it so? She wants to know it, and in a way the explanation is self-explanatory, that the reason is of course Pearl herself. Okay, so in this way the chapter 15 also runs towards the end, and just we have a little bit of more reminding that what the chapter is ending into. For example, Pearl says, "Mother, mother, why does the minister keep his heart over his heart?" The same question again. "Hold thy tongue, naughty child," answered her mother with an asperity that she had never permitted to herself before. "Do not tease me, else I shall put thee into the dark closet." So mother, with her motherly love, tries to stop her. So in this way, this chapter 15 has also ended by revealing to us the situation in which the mother is present, Pearl is present, and mother's hatred for Chillingworth. So that was all about these two chapters, very briefly discussed, because they are just the repetition of the things which happened in the past time. The change is there that the reader can feel, and the students should also focus on this change, because it will be very good while writing the character of Chillingworth, Dimmesdale, and that of Pearl and Hester as well. So hope to see you in some next video. So far, till that time, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. Keep happy, keep peaceful, keep loving, and take care as well. Thank you for watching.